Good morning, boys and girls. Oh my goodness, I'm just tickled pink to see you all. It feels like it's just been an eternity. Oh my goodness. Well, again, my seat is empty where Mrs. Choate was sitting, and oh, it just, Mrs. Choate, I miss you so much. We have got to find a way to Zoom together. Oh, it just sure looks like an empty seat. We're just like two peas in a pod missing one pea. Oh dear, my pocketbook is falling open. Oh, it was just a little windy coming in here this morning, and my hair was a bit tousled, so I was trying to get my comb. But I can't find it in there. Well, that's all right. I'll just smooth it out a little bit and we will move on. Well, boys and girls, I hope that you have been staying busy at home, and I hope that you've been enjoying Mrs. Colby's stories. She's going to be reading another one just here in, well, a couple minutes after we're done talking. Oh, well, what we're going to talk about today is just making sure that when we talk to our friends and our brothers and sisters and our parents, that we use a kind voice. Now, you can say the same words, and depending on the type of voice you use, it can mean something totally different. Well, for instance, I could say, look at your hair, but I could say it in two different tones of voice. I could say, oh, look at your hair. That would make a person feel good. And I could say the same words, look at your hair. That might make a person feel kind of bad about how they're looking. The same words, but depending on the tone of voice I use, it means a totally different thing. And let me think. Oh, another example might be, if you ask to go to the park, you might say, I want to go to the park. And if you said it in another tone of voice, I want to go to the park. In a whiny voice, your mama might say, we are not going anywhere with you talking to me that way. So remember, it isn't always what you say, it's the tone of voice that you use. And that is very important. I know when I try to talk to people, I use a very pleasant, nice voice to make everyone feel comfortable and good about themselves. I know Mrs. Choate does too. Well, I would ask her, but of course, she's not here. So, well, I did speak to Gertrude about this a couple days ago. Sometimes she tends to be a little bit thorny when she talks. Oh, I just don't know what we're going to do about her. She is a wonderful sister. She has such a good heart, but oh, it's hard for her to use her manners sometimes. I'm going to be working on her. So boys and girls, remember when you talk to people, it's not always what you say, but it's how you say it that matters. So have a good day. Enjoy listening to Mrs. Colby's story, and I'll try to get my pocketbook closed up and getting things all right again. Mrs. Choate, I love you. All you kids, I love you too. I'll see you next time with Mrs. Mayfield's Manners. Bye, boys and girls. Hi, everybody. How you doing today? We are going to read a story following Miss Mayfield, who is always talking about good manners. And today she was talking about the kind of voice that we use, and it's not always what we say to people, but how we say it that makes a difference. And the last time we met with her, she was talking about good sportsmanship. So she left a couple books for us to read today. And I picked the one on good sportsmanship. She had one on good manners. We talked about how if you're playing a game, if you're in a sporting event, that if you win, that's so great, but you have to be a humble winner and, not go putting it in people's faces and shouting and everything. And if you lose, you have to be a good loser and compliment the people that you're playing with and just be a nice person to play games and go, oh, darn, I didn't win that game. But you did, good for you. Do you want to play another one? Because sometimes you do win and sometimes you lose. And you can't always win it when, well, some people would think that would be fun all the time. but you do lose. So it's just how you handle that that makes you a good sport. And people like to be around people that are good sports. So this is called Howard B. Wigglebottom Learns About Sportsmanship. Winning isn't everything. Look at this guy in the back. He's going, hey, ref, boo. I would count that not good sportsmanship. This is written by somebody that was coming to our school this year. He had some medical problems and had to cancel, but his name is Howard Binko. And he really writes some wonderful stories, so we're going to see if we can get him to come again next year. He writes some cute books. And we have a whole basket of these books in the library. He donated them to our library, so we have a bunch of these books. Howard B. Wigglebottom didn't like to lose. He just had to be the best at everything. And you might even know somebody like that who they have to be the best. They have to get there first. They have to be the fastest runner. At the fair, Howard won the speed spitting contest. He won the sledgehammer and the pie eating contest. I don't know if you've ever spit watermelon seeds, but that's super fun to do. But I've never been in a contest where we had to do it. I'm having a connection pop up. You know how you're talking to your brain the whole time you're reading? My brain is remembering, which I totally forgot, I had a portable at another school I taught at, and we put everybody out in the backyard the last week of school because we had a portable so we could go outside. We had like a little garden, and we got watermelon out, and everybody was spitting watermelon seeds everywhere. And when I came back the next year to my portable, after the summer, the whole yard was filled with watermelon plants growing watermelons because we had spit all the seeds out there and they grew. So there's your little Mrs. Colby connection. He won the skateboard, pogo stick, and the Duncan Clown contest. As long as Howard came in first, he was happy. But no one can come in first every time for everything. Once, when Howard came in second, he threw a temper tantrum and kicked his second place trophy. Uh-oh, look at his toe. That's what happens sometimes when people don't win. They get angry. And that would be called not good sportsmanship. And people don't really like to be around people who do that. Howard even cheated his friends to win. Oh, look. Harry tripped his friend to get in first, and he's playing cards and cheating. Oops. When his soccer team made it to the finals, he told himself that coming in second is not okay. Winning meant everything. He was going to see it that his team won. Well, when the big day arrived, Howard yelled at his teammates if they made any mistakes. He was a ball hog, and he wouldn't share. See if your mind is making any kind of connections to a time that you've seen somebody handle things in that way. Howard tripped a player on the other team just as he was about to score a goal. Then he talked back to his coach. "Time out, Howard." Coach is pulling him out of the game. Howard called the other team's players bad names. He was taken out of the game. "Howard, this is not okay," said the coach. "You need to learn about sportsmanship and being a team player. You're making poor choices, and you don't deserve to play." Look at Howard's face. Howard was the captain of the team and the best player. "Coach, the team needs me to win. Please put me back in," he begged. The coach shook his head and said, "Sometimes there are more important things than winning." Not for Howard. They'll lose without me, and the coach will be sorry, he thought. Howard watched his teammates cheer each other on, They treated the coaches and the referees and each other with respect. Look at, they're going, good try, good job, way to go for it. And then that's okay if somebody does something that maybe isn't good. We always want to encourage people to be their best. An upset dad was yelling at the referee. Howard watched the man who was asked to leave. Do I look like that? He thought to himself. In a flash, he understood how badly he was behaving. He felt so embarrassed and ashamed. Please, Coach, I don't want to be like that, Dad, said Howard. Please put me back in. I don't want to let my team down. The coach nodded yes, and Howard ran out to join his teammates. The score was tied with 1 minute to go. The crowd was cheering. Howard had the ball and a chance to score the winning goal, but he stopped. Instead, he passed it to a teammate who took the shot and missed. The other team got the ball and scored the winning goal. Howard's team lost. So he didn't hog the ball. He gave it to another teammate, and they missed it, but he shared. Let's see how he handles losing. He was not a very happy loser before. After the game, Howard proudly accepted his team's second place trophy. He smiled and shook hands with the captain of the winning team. Good job, he said with a wink. We'll get you next time. Howard, you can be very proud of yourself, said his coach. You've learned about sportsmanship, and you were a good team player. Good for Howard. Howard was very happy. This second place trophy meant more to him than all of his other winning trophies put together. His friends looked much happier about him too. That's it. Oh no. Yep, that's it. This is a great book. Sometimes we learn lessons in life. Sometimes we learn them easily, and sometimes we have to learn them the hard way, where we get to a place where people are not liking the way we're acting, and we're not going to get to play the game we want to, and we'll get taken right out of the game, or maybe a game at home, or maybe at school if you're playing on the playground and you're not a good sport. So that's something to really think about. What kind of a person am I when I play games and when I'm in sports with kids? Am I the kind of person that encourages my team, gives everybody compliments when they do good things? I support everybody. I do want to win, but if we lose, it's okay. Or are you the kind of person who is just like Howard, who has some lessons to learn? So everybody can change. Everybody can be different if they just put their mind to it and have a different attitude about it. So great book. Mrs. Mayfield always gives us good lessons. She's really missing Mrs. Choate, so we have to find a way to get those two together so they can Zoom. We'll get her back maybe next week. All right, have a great day. Think about good sportsmanship with anything you're doing today, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.